You having press conferences. You answering questions and not reading down and saying, okay, Stephen A. Smith, it's your turn. Okay, Charlamagne the God, it's your turn. Okay, Jake Tapper, it's your turn. Okay, Caitlin Collins or Joy Reid, it's your turn. Nah! Stand up on the podium and look into the crowd and just point. You ain't running from nobody because you want to be the president. You ain't running from nobody. Let's go. Let's go. You 19 years younger than Donald Trump. You swear you more honest than Donald Trump, more ethical than Donald Trump, more decent than Donald Trump. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Stephen A. Smith. This guy is probably a conservative, at least in the closet. He's scared to come out. Because if he came out as a Republican and I'm voting for Trump, your Uncle Tom, you're going to master. That's what's going to happen. If he comes out and starts supporting Donald Trump, or I'm a conservative actually, he's screwed. He ain't going to have no friends no more. All this liberal friends like Charles Barkley, who probably might be a closeted conservative too. He ain't going to have them anymore. He ain't going to have these shows, ESPN, etc. Which does sucks, but that's basically what happens when you come out as a conservative, as a Republican. You like Donald Trump. Next thing you know, you got to find new friends. You need to move out the neighborhood, basically. That's basically what happens. Anyway, let's take a look at this. Before that, like, comment, subscribe to BuzzReview. Let's do it.
A New York Times/Siena College poll released Saturday shows Vice President Kamala Harris leading former President Donald Trump in 3 key swing states. The poll, conducted between August 5th and August 9th, found that if the election were held today, 50% of voters among the likely electorate in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania would choose Harris, while 46% say they would choose Donald Trump. The Harris campaign has gotten a boost since President Joe Biden dropped out of the race last month, July 21st to be exact, and endorsed his VP. She's raised more than $300 million and has drawn Trump-like crowds at rally stops in Wisconsin, Michigan, Arizona, and Nevada. Before I get to my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, let me show y'all this poll to juxtapose what was transpiring in June. National poll, August 12th, has Harris up 48% to 47% for Trump.
Yeah, I don't believe that for 1 second. I don't care who puts this out. New York Times, the Huffington Post, CNN, MSNBC, they always got it basically word the same. Trump is down by 1 point, 1%. Harris is up by 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, Donald Trump won. How'd that happen? I don't know. I thought the polls are right. No, they're wrong. And honestly, I've never seen anyone do these polls. Have you took a poll? Has anyone came to your house and asked you who you're voting for? Have you did anything online? Because I know I haven't. No one's came to me. Obviously I would have been like, yeah, Donald Trump. Yeah, Latinos for Trump. Obviously I would have, did that. But I've never seen these people with these polls, and they always have the same thing, 48% for Biden, 45% for Trump, or 50-51, and it's always in favor for the Democrat nominee. It's never in favor of Trump, which is it's pretty obvious, right? They're completely biased. This communist news networks, these people, these propagandists, are always biased when it comes to anyone who's a Republican. They want to smear them, run them through the mud, etc. It's just how they do it. It's just the tactics of the left is what they do. They can't really be honest with themselves and with the American people. I mean, which is why they're pretty much failing networks. You got freaking Joe Rogan, hundreds of millions of views, and he's just talking to random folks, comedians. You know what I'm saying? He tell you straight up that, hey, don't take it from me. I don't know nothing. But for some reason, he's got all the viewers, and he's got $100 million deal from Spotify. And then you got these failing news networks. And all they had to do is just do the news. Just be real journalists who aren't biased. That's it. That's literally all you got to do.
That's as of today. Okay? That's what the national poll average is showing. Less than 2 months ago, June 28th, Trump had a 5-point lead. Okay? So let's understand something. Let's understand this right now. This is a beautiful thing. If you're a Democrat, you're a leftist, because you're looking at it, in my opinion, all wrong. Let me be the first to say that doesn't mean shit to me. Means nothing to me. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to decide whether you're trying to win or not. And whether you truly believe you deserve to win. Now, I've been on the record. I'm going to support my sister Kamala Harris. HBCU grad just like myself, Vice President of the United States of America, former Attorney General for the state of California, former District Attorney in the city of San Francisco. I see what folks have been saying, not all, not most, but some folks have been trying to say about her. You understand, questioning her intellect and all of this other stuff. Nah, I ain't going for that. We ain't going to get into the questioning her ethnicity either. You don't sit up there and get to tell us if we got a speck of black in our blood, then guess what? We black. But then all of a sudden she's running for the president of the United States. You want to ask questions, is she black or is she Indian? I don't know. No, we don't get to do that. We ain't doing that.
Hold up. Wait a minute. She's the one who did this. She's the one who, when it works in her favor, oh, I'm black. I smoke weed, listen to Tupac. I made a tub full of greens, collard greens. She's the one who came out and did this. She's half Indian, half black, you know. If she wants to go for more of the black side, okay, cool. But don't turn a blind eye on your Indian side. You know, when the whole time you're in California as the AG, you're full-blown Indian. You're persecuting the minorities, the blacks, keeping them in jail longer than they should be to get free labor off them. I don't think we need to run that clip of Tulsi Gabbard running her through the mud. No, maybe we should. Look, just watch that real quick. Watch Tulsi Gabbard take it to her and spank her behind as she sits there. I don't know what to do.
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. That would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response.
As the elected Attorney General of California, I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work of being in the position to use the power that I had to reform a system that is badly in need of reform. That is why we created initiatives that were about reentering former offenders and getting them counseling.
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you are in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology. Our Democratic Party, unfortunately, is not the party that is of, by, and for the people. It is a party that has been and continues to be influenced by the foreign policy establishment in Washington, represented by Hillary Clinton and others' foreign policy, by the military-industrial complex, and other greedy corporate interests.
Yeah, so now you've seen that, right? Tulsi Gabbard, great job, great candidate. Honestly, she should have been the pick for VP or president instead of this guy who can barely have a speech. Joe Biden wasn't the guy. Honestly, if we're going to be real, Joe Biden is not the guy to lead the free world. And if we're being honest with ourselves, he probably wasn't leading. He was just taking orders. Joe, say this, do that, go there, walk there. No, Joe, you're going the wrong way, man. God, there he goes again. Can't even follow simple orders. He's on the teleprompter reading the wrong stuff, saying these frivolous stories about things that weren't true. You remember Corn Pop? Corn Pop had a chain or something like that. I don't know, man. It just seems like someone you would meet in a retirement home. And they just tell you these wondrous, adventurous stories that just like wow you. Whoa, really? Really? Whoa, that's crazy. You had a cool life there, Pappy. And none of it's even true. He's just embellishing. Let's continue.
All right. But having said all of that, fair is fair. Fair is fair to independents out there. Fair is fair to conservatives and Republicans out there. There's certain things that we have to hold both sides to. Now, Joe Biden stepped aside as the presumptive Democratic nominee on July 21st. Okay? Now I'm going to look at this right now. I'm looking at my calendar because I just want to make sure. You know, July 21st was a Sunday. We've had 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 1 day since Joe Biden stepped aside. The only damn place we've seen Kamala Harris is at pep rallies. What's up? Somebody got to say something. And it can't just be the conservatives. Right is right. I'm talking to my sister here. Come on now. You running for the presidency of the United States of America. You got my vote. You running for the presidency of the United States of America. What you hiding for? And I mean hiding in plain sight. Somebody's got to
say it, right? I swear, Stephen A. is conservative, man. For real. Did you hear him? Stop going and hiding. Stop with the pep rallies. Stop with the AI crowds and bringing Trump crowds. Baloney. Go out and debate Donald, for Christ's sake. Anywhere, any place. Tell him. Tell him like it's a school function. We'll see you outside in recess, man. You got to do something. You can't keep hiding in the woodworks and wait till your managers tell you, look, you got to do it. It's a make or break moment right now, Kamala. You either do this now or we're going to stage a coup against you. Speaking of the coup, Joe Biden didn't just step down. He was told, you're going to step down or else we're going to treat you like Alexander and put some knives in your back. We're going to do a 25th Amendment on your old butt. He didn't willingly step down. He was forced to step down. That man was forced. Listen, buddy, you're going to go. We're going to make you go. You know what I'm saying? You might have a slip and fall in the bathroom. You know what I mean? We'll slip that under the rug. No one will find out. You just hold, right? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm seriously, I would not be surprised. Anyway, guys, I'm Buzz. See you on the next one.